Killick's asking, hey, what do you think? Talent or hard work in guitar? Which one matters more?
Are you asking me?
Well, he's asking us. So
Oh, okay.
Killick's is asking us.
If you want, if right, if you want my opinion, I don't really believe in talent. I believe that some people pick things up a little bit faster than others, but nothing, like unless you're an anomaly, you're like a savant or something strange has happened in the way you were born, right? Yeah, a lot of people you misuse the word talent. That's a lot of many years of hard work equals talent to some people, you know. But I think anybody can agree that hard work trumps talent any day of the week. And talent, I don't know. Talent, I'd say, is more of a sometimes a shortcut to mean like, oh, you didn't even try. You made that effortless. Like the more you try, the less it looks like you made an effort. You know, so like the easier something looks, like the more you worked at it, really. And 99% of the time, that's the case. It's hard work. Yeah, I think it's just a combination of also if you could play more than one instrument, like if you have different perspectives going in on like focusing in on one composition, for instance, like my drum rhythm part, my rhythmic side of me really helps me sort of it does influence my playing a lot. As you can tell, I play a lot of like slappy bassy thingies, and I hit my guitar like a drum. But you know, playing guitar and drums will also help me learn how to play bass, for instance, because I have the knowledge from both camps to sort of triangulate into. Yeah, my opinion, I really don't think talent is used correctly in terms of the real meaning of the word. Hard work for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they say like hard work wins where talent refuses to work hard. But there's kind of not really a which is more important, because okay, if you really like very, very untalented, and there are people in the world who are innately not musical. There are people like this in the world. That's not most people though. So I mean, because I'm a teacher, I taught a student who just innately had such little sense of timing that he couldn't clap in time to "We Will Rock You." You know, he couldn't do it. And when I was doing it with him, it was like he was trying to do it on Guitar Hero, like he could see it, trying to see the arrows coming. I'm like, no, that's not how this works. You just have to feel it. And he struggled. We really, really struggled. So, yeah, some people are more naturally able than others, but if you don't put the work in, you're not going to get much out of it.
Yeah, of course.
There are guys...
Either way...
I've known also many guitarists who have coasted on their natural talent because they just find it really easy, and then they get to a certain level and they don't really improve because they don't push past what their natural talent will allow for them to just have without much effort. So it's both, really. You need both. If you don't, if one is missing, it's not really going to work out well for you.
I think it's just often like when people learn music for the first time, they say like, oh, like I have no talent, I can't do this. It's, well, of course you're starting.
Yeah.
So it's just natural to not be good, and in fact mistakes are great. You know exactly what to work on then. You know, if you just play everything perfectly all the time, well, why are you here? Why are you learning from me? You know.
You also won't know how to. You know, it's like your first 3 lessons, and you're already telling me about the limits of your talent. We haven't even. You can't even do the most basic things yet.
Surface
stuff. Yeah, you can't even do can't even do the most basic motor functions of the guitar yet. Wait until you're really playing, because anyone can really get to an okay level of guitar. Most people are talented enough. It doesn't take extraordinary talent to like reach a certain level. So it's like, let's wait until we get there first. Then we'll see how talented or not you are. At the early stage, it's too soon to say.
Yeah, I really feel it depends on you know, where you start, where you're getting your education from, who your teacher is.
Yes.
Because you know, sometimes if you're just learning how to play guitar off of YouTube videos, or you aspire to be as you know, as good as your heroes, like I just want to play like Steve Vai like right now. If you try to do that stuff, you're gonna be disappointed, right? Of course you're gonna be.
If your expectations are so unreasonable, then yeah.
Yeah. And I always like to say, you know, there are teachers out there who are amazing players, but horrible at telling you what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Like just take for example any of the early, I don't know, Yngwie Malmsteen instructional videos. He's just like, oh yeah, just play this. You know, it's so easy.
Yeah.
He's just like, you know, and it's like, what? You're just showing me what you can do, not showing me how to do it. And on the flip side, there are great educators that aren't necessarily really great at performing, but they can teach very well. And those are the more valuable ones, in my opinion. You know, you could be, you can, like, the student can even be more naturally talented than the teacher.
Yeah.
But just the way that the teacher, you know, can methodically feed you the information in a way that's digestible is still helpful. So yeah, I really feel like, you know, just get a good guitar teacher, like sit down in front of them, really, and just get to know what kind of flavor they are. Are they on this camp, like where they're more of a performer, or they actually care about, you know, the pace that you're learning? Are they differentiating for your skill level, and not just sort of, you're not just paying them as an audience, as a solo audience to show them, to watch them show off, right? Because I've had teachers like that before.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that if you're relatively new to the guitar, the first step, in my opinion, don't get too hung up on being very expressive right away. Learn the motor functions, develop your motor skills on the guitar, because guitar is a physical, you're doing a lot, like human hands are not naturally meant to, like all that stuff. That's, you know, so figure out all those physical things and practice them well, and practice your rhythm and become kind of attuned to that, and then you'll be able to become more musical as you go on. But with guitars, you have to do all this physical conditioning before, like, first, which if you really work at it, doesn't take all that long, you know, maybe a couple of months, and you can get pretty good. So work on that stuff first, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
But as you can see, I'm quite like a, you know, alternate picking, you know, like kind of guy. So maybe I'm coming from more of a like a almost like a Shredder's kind of, like a Michelangelo Bascio kind of approach. Except I don't have a guitar that has 4 necks.